I realized I've made a big mistake, and now I have to figure out how to undo it, how to make it right. And if you have been following my journey for a while, since I started sharing in 2016, so it's almost 10 years now, you'll have seen me go on a roller coaster ride of sharing different things. And the way I've been sharing the past couple of years, I think has really taken me off track. I was told, I learned in marketing that you should be polarizing, that you should share your opinions. And I do that. And I found it's actually gotten to a point now where I don't want to push people away anymore. I'm here to bring unity to the world. And if I'm so polarizing, if I'm sharing stuff that's super triggering, if I'm sharing stuff that only 1% of people agree with, then 99% of people aren't going to even come to listen, and they won't receive anything if I'm so out there weird. Which is really interesting because I love when I meet people who are like me, who believe the same things I believe, who I can just be 100% myself with, and I don't have to censor myself or hold anything back. Like, they're my favorite people, but they are the minority. I mean, think of what percentage of people around you right now like really get you. And I'm here to make a big impact in the world. I want to help everybody, every person in the world to increase their awareness, enjoy their life more, to be happier, to be healthier, to find a way to live their purpose. And I think a lot about one of my teachers. He's a best-selling author. He's absolutely crushed it, millions of books sold, and his content is for everyone. It's about personal development, it's about self-development, it's about improving yourself, it's about doing good things in the world, it's about kindness. It's stuff that everybody can get on board with, or at least the majority of people can get on board with. And I see I've really come away from that. Most of the stuff I share now is like the 1% of people will listen to it, and the 99% of people have no interest. So I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to make a shift. And even with our courses, our curate courses, for example, they're targeted at people who want to be healers, who are already doing Reiki or already hypnotherapists. But that's like a fraction. It's not even 1% of people. So most of my courses aren't really applicable to most people. So I'm launching a new course called Heal Yourself, and it's for anybody that wants to improve themselves. It's for anybody that has any kind of ache or pain, any kind of fears or phobias, any limiting beliefs holding themselves back, anyone who just wants to make their life like one step better, who wants to be a bit happier, anyone who knows that there is something more in their life that they can create. If they've got a dream in their heart and they know they want to put it out there, this is a perfect course for them. And I'm going to take you on this journey. I'm going to do it in 3 parts, and it will help you to figure out who you truly are, why you are here, and what's in the way. Like, what's stopping you from living your best life? What's stopping you from fulfilling your dreams? And it's so obvious when I do this with my clients one-on-one, because it's usually something from their childhood, it's usually some kind of trauma, it's usually what they're eating, it's often they're doing a job that they don't really love, it's often they're in a relationship that's not serving them, or they are so desperately trying to find a relationship that they're actually pushing away. There's all these different things, and in the 3 parts of the program, I'm just going to take you through those. I'm going to do a lot of self-inquiry, and I'll teach you how to heal yourself, so you don't need a healer. And it's an interesting thing, right, to think about healing, because maybe it's not so obvious. Like, well, why am I overweight? Oh, it's because when I was a child I used food as a reward mechanism, and now I'm overeating. Or I used food when I was emotional, and now I'm emotionally eating. I don't know, right, what your thing is. and bringing this self-awareness. So can you see the difference? If I talk about self-awareness, that's for everybody, right? If we want to get programs into schools, which we absolutely do, I think I've overstepped here as well, especially in my marketing. Because when I started in 2016, I was a lot softer, I was a lot less opinionated. And for example, we talk about reforming the education system. We talk about transforming the whole healthcare industry. Those are big things, but to most people, that's terrifying. It even seems like nonsensical. Even if you talk about healing a broken bone, healing diabetes, like whatever, healing anxiety or depression. For most people, like they can't even cognize that. Being a fruitarian, being even vegan is like so out there for most people, and it's off-putting for them. Being spiritual, it's for most people, that's like they're not even interested in that. But they would love to be more happy, they would love to be calmer, they would love to feel better, they'd love to be more peaceful, they'd love to be more present and to be able to enjoy life. You think about these things, and what about if instead of reforming the education system, what if we change it and we just say, who here would love to improve the education system? Who thinks that the current education system that we have could be improved? And who'd like to be a part of a project where we look at what we can add in, what we can change, what we can transform together? Can you see how it's so much softer? It's the same thing, it's just not as intense. And the same with the medical system. A lot of what I talk about with Curate, it feels like it's maybe attacking the Western medical system, which is not my intention. Like, there's so much good stuff we do with the Western medical system, especially for diagnosis. The instruments that we have now, the ways that we can see what people have. When I busted my knee, I went and got an MRI because an MRI is such a useful tool. And I don't mean to demonize those by any means. So how could we improve the healthcare system? Can you feel the difference? It's like a subtle shift. So instead of saying we're going to reform the education system, transform the whole healthcare system, what if we just improve it? What if we take the best parts from the Western medical system and the best parts from the Eastern holistic medical system? What if we bring those together? Everybody's on board with that. So I'm going through this transformation, and I do apologize if I have put you off by any means, like what if it was something I said or did. This is the journey. This is my journey of self-improvement and learning and self-awareness. I let these marketers tell me you have to be polarizing, you should trigger people, you should try and get under their skin, you want haters. This is one of my teachers said, haters are great, and I'm like, I don't really enjoy posting something if I know it's going to upset a whole bunch of people. Not on purpose, not just to get more views, some kind of clickbait thing to just trigger people. That's not who I am. I'm here for unity, I'm here for kindness, I'm here to help everybody, uplift everybody. I want every single person in the world to feel happy and at peace and be abundant and to be doing what they love and have a supportive community and to feel like great to be here. So this is going to be the new messaging, which is kind of against everything I've been taught in marketing. To be inclusive instead of exclusive. Instead of niching down, how do we be inclusive? How do we make it so that we can bring anyone on the planet? And when you say, this guy Luke, you should come and listen to him. He's all about improving yourself. It's all about helping you live a better life. He just gives you some tools. He's got this course. It's three pieces of this course, and you learn these different steps so you can go and actually inquire yourself and heal yourself. So you can be a better person, you can make better choices. You're not limited by your story, or even if you had a traumatic upbringing, you're not limited by that anymore. And you figure out who you are and how to be creative and how to express yourself. I think this is going to be a much more enjoyable process for me because the content I make will be so much more positive, so much more high vibe, and that's my favourite. I think I got a bit lost going down that truther conspiracy rabbit holes too much, so I apologize. I'm going to make better choices, and I'd love to help you and support you. If you want to make better choices,